All right, welcome to Mind Body Chair Yoga. I've got a really delicious slow practice for us today. We don't need any special props. But I'll meet you on the chair. So we'll sit forward on the chair and take the knees nice and wide. Closing the eyes or gazing downward. Just come into this shape of practice. The body knows this shape. It knows when we come into this shape, there's a quality that shifts. And this quality of being as we come into practice. So let's just observe that in the body. Our grip on all the things that kind of keep us, like energized and busy in the mind. And bring the attention down into the body so that we may observe the breath. And with today's slower practice, the invitation is to begin to slow the breath down as we slow down the mind. Breathing in slow and steady. Breathing out slow and steady. It's surprising, even after just a few breaths of slowing down the breath in this way, the effect it can have on the body, on the mind. So we can observe that without, investigating too much in detail in the mind. Just be with the breath, be with the body. Letting go of that kind of urge to analyze. And just be. Breathing in, breathing out, and just sitting here with things as they are in this moment. Softening the shoulders, the face, the belly, resting your attention in this body as we slow down the breath and quiet the mind. I invite you to bring your hands up to heart center and perhaps setting an intention today to maintain this slower, intentional pace, maintaining this connected mind-body connection. And we'll initiate our practice with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Exhaling, release. So we'll begin our practice with inhaling, rolling the shoulders forward up, and exhaling back and down. And so, yes, today's practice is about slowing down. But also working in a lot of joint stability and range of motion practice. So we do a lot of that already in this practice. This exercise is one of them. As we explore the range of motion of rolling the shoulders forward and up, back and down. And as we bring the shoulders back and down, we'll squeeze a little bit of effort here. Just squeezing and lift the navel, opening up the chest up towards the sky. And then releasing, we'll do that 2 more times. So exploring that range of motion, forward and back, forward and up, back and down, and then holding that back and down position. Breathing in, lifting the navel. And then 1 more time, forward up. On the inhale, back and down. On the exhale, and then squeezing, draw that navel up, shoulders down. Maybe stretch out the face a little. Releasing tension from the face, and then nice and easy. Big breath in, big breath out. Release, good. Arms at the side. We're going to internally rotate the shoulders, spine is tall, and then externally rotate the shoulders. So bringing some attention to the joint in particular, of the joint moving in this external rotation shape, and that kind of drawing the shoulder blades together, and then turning the joint forward, feeling the shoulder blades draw away. So just bringing your attention, like bringing your mind's eye to the center of that joint, all of those things, so many things going right with the body so that we can do this. Nice. And release. Good. Arms up in front like I dream of Jeannie, and inhale, reaching the arms as best you can up and over, and then bringing the hands back down, and we'll switch the top arm, and inhaling up, sensing into that scooping, scapula scooping forward and down. And here, let's bring our mind's eye to this movement at the shoulder joint. Switch it over again. Inhaling. Exhaling, releasing arms out to the side. One arm internally rotates, the other arm and shoulder externally rotates. Gaze at the open palm, and then alternate with the breath. Inhaling, gazing over to one side, exhaling over to the other side, and sensing into this wringing out sensation at the mid-back scapula as we reach our arms out to the side. And rotate one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. Nice and easy, release. Stretch up the face. Let's just do a few shoulder rolls again. Actually, let's do some kind of loosey-goosey, bigger backward shoulder rolls here. Just sense into how that feels. What are you noticing? And then we'll bring one arm up, one arm down, and then reach in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, reach both arms back. Okay, switch sides. Opposite, reach away, exhale, reach back. Reach away. On the inhale, exhale, back. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, reach away, and exhale, reach back. Great. Let's just get watery. And what you notice, see what you notice in the shoulders. Okay, growing tall, inhaling, tuck the chin back, and then drop the chin down. Let the head get heavy. Let's bring our attention back to breath, really slowing down the breath. As we exhale, just let the head get heavy. And once you've reached a bit of lengthening here, we can start to take the head a little to the left, a little to the right, gradually. And really exploring the exhalation and how we can kind of utilize that exhalation to help release tension. As we search and release tension in the back of the neck, kind of top of the shoulders. All right, head back to center and then inhale, lift the chin. Big breath in. And exhale, gazing over to one shoulder. Just check out the range of motion. Inhale, back to center, exhale over to the other side. Just checking out where you're at. Inhaling back to center. We'll grab on either to your wrists, your forearms, or your elbows. We'll do that again. Inhaling. So now the shoulders are intentionally kind of drawn down. We'll reach our gaze over to the side again. Maybe just pause here and stretch out the face. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Pausing here, stretch out the face again. Inhale back to center and exhale, release the arms. Big breath in, growing tall. Slow exhale, taking left ear to left shoulder. Both shoulders are soft and down. And if one is rising up, it just might be because there's some tension here. So we'll just invite the shoulder to come down. Once you start to feel a bit of that stretch along the side of the neck, big breath in. Actually, just before that, you can keep your hand on the thigh. You can reach your fingertips out to the side or bring them behind your back. No right or wrong here, just exploration. Inhaling. And then exhaling, nice and easy, turning the nose down to the shoulder, exploring just, how far it goes without forcing, and then take the ear back to the shoulder. And then exhale, drawing that nose down and just seeing what else you can, notice in the side of the neck, using the exhalation to release any tension and seeing if that has any impact on the range of motion. Keeping in mind, it's not going to be huge. It'll be a micro movement. We'll take the nose down and pause, big breath in. And then exhale slowly, tucking the chin in towards the throat, any amount. And then returning the nose to the shoulder. And tucking. And nose returns to shoulder. We'll do that one more time on the seek and release movement. Take the hand back to the thigh and then just allow the head to rise up. Get a little watery. We'll do that to the other side. We'll grow tall, inhaling. Slow exhale, take right ear to right shoulder. And again, there might be on one side might be different than the other. Just noticing if the shoulders are up, inviting them to come down. Big breath in. And on that exhalation, turning your nose down toward the shoulder. And inhaling, ear back to shoulder. So just moving between these two shapes on our search and release, searching for pockets of tension, inviting them to release so that we can explore this range of motion little by little, never forcing, being gentle and kind to whatever you discover. Now, nose comes to shoulder, big breath in, and then tuck the chin in towards the throat. Nose to shoulder, and chin to throat. Back and forth, exploring, checking out what you notice. If you need to pause anywhere just to help release something, any tension, go for it. And then we'll gently, slowly just return the head back to a nice neutral position. We'll get watery again. Stretch out the face. Nice. Okay, we're going to add something here. We're going to take our right hand and just bring it into the right side of the head. Inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, create some resistance between head and hand. And then release. Inhale, exhale slowly, create resistance. And then release. Inhale. And then exhale, press head into hand, hand into head, create resistance. And then release. Over to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, resist on that slow exhalation. So drawing that navel in towards the spine. Inhale, belly balloons. Exhale, press the head into head, hand into head, head into hand. Resist. Inhale, let go. And exhale, a bit more resistance here. Inhale, release. Good. Roll up the shoulders, stretch out the face. Okay, there's head, neck, and shoulders. Check. Let's bring our attention to the pelvis, heels lift, and we'll rock the pelvis. So tucking and lifting, gradually increasing our range of motion in these pelvic tilts. Seeing what you notice today, what's showing up. Stretching out the face, keeping the shoulders soft. Nice. And we'll drop the heels, tuck the tail, reach the arms forward, either with keeping the spine tall and just reaching the shoulder blades away from each other, or tucking the chin, coming into a real cat shape. And then inhaling, dropping the hands, lifting the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift the tailbone on a big breath in. And then exhale, coming to this kitten or cat rounding shape. And inhale into cow shape. So moving between those two shapes as you like. Exploring our spine, each vertebrae, rounding and then arching. Nice and easy, releasing, taking a big breath in, and big breath out. Left arm to your chair, reaching up to the sky as you draw down through the hip. Big breath in. Gut long, big, slow breath out. Over to the side. Inhale up. And exhaling over. So just coming into that crescent moon shape in the spine, kind of imagining your vertebrae fanning out. Last one on this side. Inhale, reaching up, big breath in, press down through the hip, and exhale over. And just a reminder, if there's any like shoulder issues here, arm issues, you can keep your hand down at the side. You could have fingertips at the shoulder and just lift your elbow up. Lots of options. So third one, exhale and inhale, coming back up and just see what you notice in the spine. Breathing in and out, stretch up the face. All right, inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling, just turning our heart to the left. Take one hand to your thigh, one hand to the chair, gazing behind you on that exhale. And we're gonna right away, inhale, come back to center, and we'll turn over to the other direction, gazing over. And inhaling back to center. We're gonna do this nice and easy. Never forcing, just guiding the spine into this spiral shape. Remembering on the inhale to grow tall as we can. And on the exhale, releasing and guiding the body into this shape. Inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling. Nice. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, release. Let's do some hip circles. So inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhale forward. Exhaling back. Let's change direction. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And really just exploring. What are you noticing at the hips? And exhaling back. Good. Turning your fingers in. We'll grow tall. We'll start with this right shoulder. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, lean forward with that right shoulder. Dip it down and gaze over the opposite shoulder. And then just bobbing that shoulder up. Inhale up. Exhale, guiding the shoulder down as you gaze over the opposite shoulder just a few more times. Just exploring a little bit of upper body twist, coming back up nice and tall. And inhale, dropping the shoulder, gazing over the opposite shoulder, gently. We don't have to go, at 100% effort, 100% of the time, right? Like taking it easy, exploring this range of motion. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, release. Good. Let's just bring our legs in together, and we're going to rock our ankles. And we can take our fists between our knees and gently press, lift the navel up to the heart, and rock the ankles as well, like that. Just a little bit more engagement. And then dropping that, we'll turn the ankles out and turn them in. Out and in. Some nice gentle rotation here. Stretch out the face. Nice. Okay. Bringing our attention to our hands. We'll take the arms forward, open and close. And again, we're not working at 100% here. Let's just start at 50 and see where it goes. See how it goes. Opening and closing. And then if you want to start, reaching and shooting, moonbeams out the tips of your fingers, go for it. Okay, make a little fist with your hands and you're gonna nod. We're gonna nod the wrist, lift the navel, stretching out the wrist. Next, then get our spatula. We're gonna scoop out the peanut butter from the top of the jar. Stretch out the face. Maybe it's almond butter. And then change direction. I think I've got sunflower seed butter at the moment. Great, release and shake that out. And then flicky, flicky. Keep going. And remember, when we do flicky, flicky, it gets spicy. And we're gonna kind of keep with the spice, providing it's not, doesn't turn into flames. And we're really encouraging all that synovial fluid to move through the joint and around the joints. And then just release the hands down. Just notice maybe circulation, a pulse, maybe tingling in the hands, fingers, forearms even. Big breath in, big breath out. Okay, now that our hands are really nice and warmed up, we're going to take our thumbs and circle them in one direction. Stretch out the face some. If there's any tension, make sure the shoulders are nice and soft. And now change the direction that you were circling the thumbs. And then shifting to first finger circle. And circle the other way. This is reminding me of dial-up telephone. Remember? And then the middle finger will circle one way. Circle the other. Ring finger, circle one way. Circle the other. So range of motion here, each finger circling, exploring what that range of motion is. It might be like really challenging. Certain fingers change direction, might not want to go where the brain is telling it to. This is a practice in itself. All right, I'll just nice wiggly, play the piano one way And the other. It's really great on the forearms. All right, shake that out. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. All right, one more seated posture and then we'll come to standing. We're just gonna take our either hold on to the outside of your pant here, or you can have your hand under your knees. I'm just gonna rock the knee forward and back. Just get synovial fluid moving at the knee. Stretch out the face. I know I say that a lot, but like, it feels so good. Come on. All right, other side. It's nice and easy, no real effort here, just a rocking. Okay, so now we've had that like bit of an easy warm up on the knees. Now what we're gonna do is hold on to the chair, grow tall with the navel. We're gonna lift the knee and then actively press through the heel. And it's like you're drawing your thigh muscles up toward the hip, bring it down. Okay, and we'll do the same leg. Lift, extend. So really activating the muscles, forcing the ligaments around the knees to engage in this way, and then release, and then the other side. So lift, push through, release, lift the knee up, push through. Again, there's that feeling of your quad really engaging, drawing the energy up towards the hip. And I'm really taking my navel up towards my heart here to support this leg lift. And last one. Good. And I do want to do one seated cobra here, and then we'll come to stand. I promise. Hands at the knees. Inhale, grow tall and fold forward. Kind of stopping at this, about this level. This forward fold. Now, press into the hands gently. The shoulders are back, so you could even roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to inhale, lift the heart, kind of scoop it forward up, and we'll pause in this cobra shape. My fingers are really active, reaching out, and then release, come back to a neutral spine. So we'll inhale, forward about halfway, and then inhale and lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Gentle pressing into the thighs and lift the navel up towards the heart, gentle gazing up and release. And we'll do one more. Whew. Inhale forward. And then exhale, lift the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades back. Final kind of cobra again, a bit of resistance, hand at the knee, lift the navel. And then exhale, release. I'm actually really surprised how much I got winded just by having that resistance practice. So it's really effective, this resistance practice. Okay, we're gonna come to do some balance postures. So standing about arm's distance away from the chair. We're gonna take the inside leg here and just bend the knee and really hug in the hip so we're not leaning out to the side, and draw the navel up. Now you can either keep toes on the floor, or we're gonna lift the knee here and reach your arm out to the side. So we're gonna start forward, making tiny circles. And here's where, like already this is a bit of a balance, but maybe go to one finger, or kind of lift and lower fingers, or hover the fingers. Now we're gonna get wider circles. If you need to take a finger back to the chair just to regain stability, and then we're gonna do some big circles. So nice range of motion here, the circling of the arm as we bring in balance. So now we're going to reverse the circles. Now really grow tall, lift the navel, And medium circles, I can feel this weight bearing on my standing leg here already a lot. And then little circles and release. Nice. Bringing chair over to the other side. Setting up. Really hugging in the hips, so we're not leaning out to the side. Grow tall, arm comes out, and you can have foot on the floor, or you can lift the knee. Now really draw the navel. We'll start circling forward, small, and then exploring balance. And circle. Wider circle. Really lift the navel up, and be really generous and kind to yourself if stability is at all challenging you today. And let's reverse. So no worries, if you've got to take the hand to the chair, that's just how it is in this moment. No need to judge yourself. This is just an exploration of how things are today. It doesn't define you for the rest of your life, right? And we've got back to these smaller circles. And then nice and easy, release. I said it was a slower practice, not an easy practice. It's still lots of challenge when we move slowly through these postures and movements. Okay, I just wanted to take a little bit more attention to the ankle. So here we are again, we can use the chair as we rotate, full rotation in one direction, but we can also explore maybe both hands on the hip or hover the hand, wherever you are today in your balance journey. Now let's squeeze and spread the toes. You need the chair, it's right there. Stretch out the face, because I can't do one without the other. And then we could do point and flex. Ooh, hello calf. Good. All right. And change the direction. And again, grow tall. Make sure you're hugging the hip. We'll do this full rotation and keeping or continuing to explore balance. Breathing in and out. Squeeze and spread the toes and the face. Good. Point and flex. And release. Good. All right. We're going to come into a joyous breath, nice and easy, now that all of our joints have been warmed up from our ankles all the way up to our neck. And we'll start by bending the knees like we're coming into chair pose. Arms can come down. And we're going to sniff in 3 times and one big exhale. So sniff in, sniff up, and then exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. And allowing that exhale really to free you up, letting go of, I don't know, stories you tell yourself that aren't true. Something that isn't serving you. One more, and anything else that you need to just rid yourself of. And then one for good luck. And good. Shake out. Sun salutation. Turn towards the back of your chair. Stepping back into our forward fold. We're going to bring some softness in the knees and softness in the shoulders. Start to sway from side to side at the shoulders. Just see what you notice. And then we're going to pedal the knees forward and back. And as we do this, the pelvis is pedaling forward and back in this ambulating motion. Now, as you bring the left knee forward, exaggerate the right hip back. And then opposite side. Just do that one more time on each side. Just see what you notice. Okay, we're gonna inhale, step forward with the right foot, knee over ankle, floating one or both arms up to the sky. Lift the arches of the feet, lift the heart. Exhaling, hands come down and stepping back into our forward fold, slightly bend the knees. Inhaling, left foot forward, knee over ankle, press into that back heel, lift the arms up and the navel. And exhaling, hands come down, stepping back. Repeating, right side, inhaling, slow, steady breath. Again, one or both arms up to the sky. Exhaling, stepping back. And the left side, inhaling, knee over ankle, one or both arms up to the sky. Exhaling, stepping back. Make any little wiggling if you need to, little sway at the hips. And then inhaling, right foot forward again. Left foot comes out to the side a little bit, knee over ankle. Lift the arches of the feet, like grip your toes to the mat, squeeze the thighs, grow tall. And we're gonna reach up to the sky, big breath in. Exhaling, draw the elbows down towards the waist as if you're pulling something heavy. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, drawing down. Inhale, reaching up. And this could be done with one hand if you're feeling like you need a little bit of more support, or it can be done with two hands. Release, bring the hands down. We'll lift the back heel, turn the toe forward, and let's just hop that foot back a few times. Lift and lower the heel to stretch out the calf. Good, lift that heel up, maybe bring it forward again, and then the front foot will just slide back. We're in a cross-country ski tracks. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, and our forearms come to the back of the chair, or our hands can come to the seat of the chair. Press the balls of your toes down into the floor. And let's just do a little tail wag, slow motion tail wag. So just check that your spine is long. You're not crunching the neck in any way. And we'll just slow motion, exploring the pelvis movement, range of motion. We'll rise up, inhale, and exhaling, stepping back, maybe bending the knees, maybe another little sway. And then inhaling, left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side a little bit. Bend the knee over the ankle, and again, grip the mat with your toes, squeeze the thighs. And we're gonna reach up either with both hands and exhale, pull down, or with one hand, reach up and pull down. As you reach up, let's get really long in the side body. Exhale, pull down. Again, use your imagination like we're pulling something really heavy down from the sky. Great, hands come back down to the chair, lift the heel and turn that back toe forward. Pop it back a few times, enough so that when you press your heel down, you can sense into that, that stretch of the calf. That's nice. We're gonna lift that heel and hop the foot back and slide that front foot just enough so that we're still, left foot is more forward than the right foot. And we've got this nice wide stance. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold forward. Okay, forearms up the chair. Take your hands down, whatever feels best. Press the big toes down into the floor and sway your hips. Wag that tail. And just see what you notice with the opposite foot forward. If there's any change, a shift. Taking hands to the back of the chair, we'll step back. Exhale into this forward fold again, bend the knees, just sway. And we'll walk the feet to the back of the chair. So arms Standing arm distance away from the chair, we're gonna rise up onto our tippy toes here, inhale. Exhale, keep the heels lifted as we slide the back down an imaginary wall. Now drop the heels down, stretch out the Achilles. And then as we rise up, wrap all the muscles around the bones of your legs. And inhale, lift the heels, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, stretch the heels down, exhale, rise up. Now reverse, inhale, bend the knees, exhale, lift the heels. Inhale, rise up with that wrapping energy. Exhale, drop the heels. Last one, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, lift the heels. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, drop the heels. Nice work. Okay. Turning and having the chair, actually, let's see. Yes, we're going to turn the chair. And stand kind of so like we're just using half of the chair, like a little over to the side with a big breath in, grow tall, exhale, fold forward. So my right hand is on the outside of the edge of the chair here, and my left hand has all this space to dangle. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna come into this kind of table shape, so slight bend in the knees, lift the sit bone up a little bit up to the sky, and then draw the navel up towards the spine. And then we're just we're gonna do circles in this dangling arm position. Small, gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then change direction. Oh, another great way to encourage synovial fluid, warming up the shoulder in this really nice, easy way. Release, bend the knees. Let's inhale, float those arms up to the sky. Exhale, trace angel wings back behind you. Shift over to the other side of the chair. And let's float the arms up. Inhale, go tall. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Take your left hand to the chair. Right arm is now dangling. Slight bend in the knees. Let's lift the sit bones and take the navel up towards the spine. And we'll just dangle in the small circles. Then we'll let them get a bit bigger. A little bigger still. Just dangling, 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 letting go. And then changing direction. Big, medium, and little. All right, slightly bend the knees. Let's inhale, float those arms up to the sky. Reach them up to the sky. And exhale, trace the angel wings back behind you. Interlace your fingers behind your back and create like a little shelf with your hand here, drawing down through the wrists. Checking in that your shoulders are back and down, just like we practiced in the warm-up. We're going to bend the knees, come into chair pose. Lift the arches of the feet, lift the navel, big breath in. Exhale, just start to reach your hands slightly away from the back. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach through the wrist. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, release. So nice counter stretch here at the wrist. Feet are hip distance apart. Bend the knees. Slight tuck of the tailbone here just to feel the abdominals engage. We're going to take our arms like cactus. Lift the arches of the feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, return to cactus. Squeeze the forearms. Inhale, return to cactus. Reach up. Back. Squeeze. Return. We'll do that one more time. Reach up. Keep lifting the arches of the feet. Imagine there's a ball between your knees. Squeeze. Open. And release. Stretch it out, maybe a little rocking of the hips. We're gonna come back into chair pose legs. So lift the arches, slight tuck of the tail so we feel the abdominals engaged, right? We're gonna take both arms forward like this, pointing forward. Inhale. Exhale, take the base of the wrists to your heart. Inhale, reach forward. Exhaling, wrist to the heart. So just back and forth. So you probably have noticed here, now we're moving the wrist in the other direction. And yes, I can feel this in my thighs, and I'm sure you can too. We're just gonna be here for another moment or two. But if you need to take rest, then come to a standing position. Okay, last one. And release. Whew. Nice. Let's just shake out all the joints. I think we got them all. Yeah, I think we did. Just get kind of watery and wiggly, stretching out the face, and then we'll come down onto the floor just for a few more movements. So coming down, using the chair for support or not. And either lying down on your side and rolling to your back, or reaching your arms forward, tucking the chin and scrolling down. One vertebrae at a time. Oh, it's always so nice. Anyways, for me, when we get down onto the floor, tuck your shoulder blades under. Let's hug the knees. And squeeze and spread the toes. Stretch out the face. Really lots of squeezing and spreading the toes here, bringing lots of movement into the feet. Hands at the knees, let's just circle the knees in one direction. Nice big circles as best you can. And then change direction. Bring the feet down, knees are bent, arms at your sides, and let's just slowly draw the navel down, just closing that gap between the floor and the back. And inhale your arms up, overhead, exhale. Now they're all the way overhead, fingertips pointing above the head, and then inhale, bringing the arms back. Any amount. So if you find that there's any challenge or difficulty, you can reach them as far as it feels comfortable and then bringing them back. We'll just do one more. Inhaling, reaching the arms just as far up and over the head that feels comfortable. And then bringing them back down at your sides. So palms are facing down, arms are at your sides, tuck your shoulder blades under. We're going to press into the feet and inhale, lift the hips up to the sky. Try and keep your thighs parallel. And then exhale, drop them down. As if there was something between the knees you were holding on to that you didn't want to drop, like a block or a ball. And we're just going to lift and lower the hips here. Inhale, hips are down. Exhale, hips are up. And one more. All right, now we're going to combine the two movements. So pressing into the feet as we inhale and lift the hips, we're going to reach the arms up and overhead any amount. And then exhale, coming back down. So that does bring a little bit of weight bearing into the shoulders. So check your shoulder blades are tucked under. Lifting the hips, lifting arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing it down. Or any combination that feels good to you. Lifting. And lowering. Great. Feet up, knees out to the side like you're riding a horse upside down. Grab onto shins, ankles, outsides of the feet, whatever feels best here. You can create resistance, just explore So rocking maybe from side to side, you can explore stillness. Stretch out the face some more. Gentle tuck the chin. Nice and easy, bring the soles of the feet together, knees away from each other. Maybe squeeze and spread the toes here. And then feet up to the sky like you're making a giant V with your legs as best you can. And then back down to cobbler's pose. Baddha Konasana. And then up to the sky. And back. Maybe one more happy baby here. And then nice and easy release. Okay, let's get nice and small. Curl up like a ball. Exhale. Inhale, reach like a giant starfish. Big breath in. Exhale, curl up like a ball. Inhale, reach like a giant starfish. This is going to be the last one. Exhale. You can lift the head or keep it down. Inhale. And then let's just release in this starfish shape, this shape of surrender. Big breath in. Big breath out. Seeing if there's any last residual, I don't know, like things you might be hanging on to that need to be released. Maybe some responsibility. Just let that go just for a couple more moments. Just allowing yourself to be as you are in this moment. Giving yourself this gift of attention. This gift of presence. The gift of this moment. Letting go of 10 minutes from now or 10 minutes earlier. Letting yourself be here and now. Then you might want to shift into a more traditional Shavasana shape. You might want to stay where you are. Your back is communicating with you. Bend the knees, take the knees and let them come in toward each other, like feet draw away, like a wide stance and knees come in. Tuck those shoulders under, perhaps palms are facing up, but they can also turn down if that feels more comfortable, and just finding a position that you can rest in for the next few moments. Rest in comfortably as best you can. And turning our attention to some slow, steady, deep breaths in. Slow and steady, deep breaths out. Seeing if it's possible to maintain your attention, your focus on these sensations of breathing in, on the sensations of breathing out. And you can notice the effect on the body without kind of diving into analysis. And you can also notice the pull of the mind. The mind gets really bored of watching the breath, let me tell you. The mind wants to be busy. That is like the job of the mind. And so it is in this moment, in this deepest part of our practice, that we can acknowledge without judgment or frustration toward yourself that this is what the mind does. And then bring the attention back with kindness, compassion, friendliness, back to the body, sensations of breath. So I'm going to allow for a couple minutes of quiet as you breathe in and out, bringing friendliness towards yourself as you, with intention, maintain your focus as best you can. Breathe down to the feet, maybe the ankles, the toes, and the hands, the fingers, the wrists, and the face. Crunch it up, spread it out. And if you have that urge to yawn or sigh, like really go with it. This tension leaving the body. Bend the knees, bringing your arms in close to the body, roll over to one side. Just take a moment to be here, absorbing all the goodness of your practice. And then nice and easy, pushing up into a comfortable seated posture, which could be at the floor. It could be back on the chair. Legs could be extended. You find what works for you. There's no right or wrong. Just allow the body to adjust to this upright position. And just check out what you notice in the body. Maybe noticing something at the heart center. See what you notice at the mind. I invite you to bring your hands up to heart center. Just gently placing your hands like kind of like lovingly over your heart. And just take a moment to really and truly thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way and participating in this 5,000-year-old practice. And I'll invite you to bring your hands together in prayer position where we can seal in our practice with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And we'll see you next time.